90.3 KRNU Lincoln presents.
When light no longer rose to kiss me, I swore to tear heaven asunder, as flights of fallen angels wished me Godspeed on the devil's thunder.
Heresy.
Heresy on 90.3 K. Excuse my hairball there. As I was saying, Heresy on 90.3 KRNU and streaming online on krnu.edu. No, krnu.unl.edu. Negative Minds by Mobile Deathcamp. That is off their album Black Swamp Rising. Of course, they have a more recent album out right now called Clear and Present Anger, which you should also go pick up. Very good music from those guys. Last week, I had played a song by a band called If Hope Dies. And when I tagged the band to the YouTube upload version of last week's show, apparently I tagged the wrong If Hope Dies. That If Hope Dies is from New York. I accidentally tagged another If Hope Dies. Yes, there's another one. From India, and I went ahead and I checked out their music too. It's pretty good. So before we launch into the local metal, we're going to play another, non-regional, non-local band, international band if you want to call them that. The If Hope Dies out of India, and the song is called. Well, the song is off their Sukna EP. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the song is called He Implodes, and you're hearing it right now.
Pick up a towering, boom, with
That was Gorerotted, Fable of Filth. Before that, If Hope Dies, the Indian If Hope Dies, different from the If Hope Dies that I played last week. Yeah, what'd you think? The song was called He Implodes. Once again, that was off their EP, just called the Sukna EP. Be sure to give those guys, give those guys a listen if you liked what you heard. And yeah, that's how I will wrap up the not so local metal in the first hour. And you know what's next? The local metal. But first, take a quick check at the weather here. Since this thing's not updating, don't be surprised if I give you like freaking unupdated temperature here. But it says it's tonight a low of 24 degrees, shows a crescent moon. That means it's clear. Tomorrow, a high of 46 degrees. I cannot get this hairball out of my throat. Man, that is really starting to piss me off. Sunny and breezy, and then Friday, expect a high of 56 degrees, partly sunny. It says not as cool. Currently, here's the part that I question. Currently 43 degrees. It says sunny. This is why I question it. And it's just not reloading. Computers at the College of Journalism here at the University of Nebraska, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So who will we kick off the local metal with this hour? Who should I go with? You know what? These guys are just legendary around here. So I'm just going to go with Cynge, Patriot.
Time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
That was Vanlade off their album Rage of the Gods. Stop it! Just having all sorts of fun with computers tonight. Like I said, that was off their album Rage of the Gods. The song was called Frozen for All Time. Before that was Cynge, Patriot. My other computer, on the other hand, will not work. It's just in that, spiral, multicolored, rainbow-looking circle, and it just won't do anything. Anything. Won't even close out of the internet browser window that I'm using. So this is gonna make tonight just a nice cold bottle of piss tonight. So you could catch these guys trying to lift the mood. You can catch these guys when they opened for Kreator in April. Right along with Ezra, this is Garoted, the Altar of Detriment. Finally got that computer to work so I could check stuff out. You just heard Garoted, the Altar of Detriment. Again, those guys, now that I have my computer up and I have an accurate date, yeah, you can check those guys out. Them and Ezra as they open for the almighty friggin' Kreator. Wednesday, April 5th at that one lounge, you know, that you named after that place that you wait in, well, at the doctor's office. What do you know? They're not the only band, regional or local band, that has a show coming up. I'm talking about Tendead, and you don't have to wait as long for this show either. They and Supermoon are opening for Crowbar and Havoc at the Watch Out Lounge in Omaha. That is Thursday, March 9th. That's an 8 p.m. show, and so we're just going to go ahead and play just a little bit of Tendead, if I can navigate with my mouse here. First it's the computer, now it's my motor skills. Not one thing, it's another. Well, what is another thing? More like, what is a lie? That's the name of this song by Tendead.
Here you will find the heretics and followers of every cult and pagan sect, all buried together, burning in eternal fire.
Your source for local metal.
Heresy!
On 90.3 KRNU, Lincoln. Cursed by Moonlight, the now defunct Cursed by Moonlight out of Omaha. Been defunct for a while, but you know, I just like to go back and play some of the old stuff. And since they are broken up, I don't know, it just doesn't, guess it doesn't really matter, but I mean, that was a band whose former guitarist just went to prison for kiddie porn. Ugh. This is one of those things that's weird, because I met the guy a couple times, talked to him. You know, he had come down all the way down to Lincoln, not just to play shows, but also just to show up for my friend's band, the Escape Club, just to show support for them. You know, so he seemed like a nice guy, but can't really say I knew the guy, but you think you know someone. Don't know whatever happened to the singer of that band. Don't know what she's doing these days. Their drummer, on the other hand, Ray, he is in Obesity, who you'll hear later on this hour. And but in the meantime, let's destroy some Sequoias with a different breed. This is off their recent release, Transient. Yeah, Sequoia Destroyer.
But I obey Rush Limbaugh. I hear him on the radio and I just go.
Bring back
Hollowed, Austere, Eidolon. Yes, that's another defunct Omaha band. And before that, a different breed, Sequoia Destroyer. That off their most recent release. Yeah. So it's about that time where we just go ahead and we check the upcoming shows. Fun fact, by the way, I am not, despite any belief out there that I am all-seeing and all-knowing, my divinity is a myth. So if I'm missing shows, don't be afraid to hit me up on the Heresy Facebook page, Heresy on KRNU. Let me know if I'm missing any upcoming metal shows. As well as you can call me on the studio line, 402-472-5768. Because the most recent one that I have, or the soonest show I have coming up, is on March 9th. It is Crowbar and Havoc, Supermoon and Tendead, and Orpheus are opening for them. That's at the Watch Out Lounge. Once again, that's March 9th. 8 p.m. show. It's at the Watch Out Lounge, you know which one I'm really talking about. The one on 320 South 72nd Street. Then there is Nebraska Invasion on Thursday, March 23rd at that Keg Saloon hosted by that one dude who's named after a color. So think of 50 Shades of Grey. 104 North 20th Street, right here in Lincoln. It is going to be Nocturnicon. And with them is Obesity, Till Hell, and guess what? That's a free show. It's a free show. April 5th. We was just talking about this earlier because they have Garoted and Ezra opening for them. I'm talking about Kreator is playing that one lounge named after that one room that you wait in at the doctor's office, 6212 Maple Street. That's April 5th. It's an all-ages show, and $25 in advance, 28 day of show, so don't miss out on that advantage. See how I did that? Oh, man, I'm here all night. Here all night, man. So, Browning is also coming to Lincoln, also at the Watch Out Lounge. That's on April 10th. With them is the last 10 seconds of life. Bear with me, folks. Blessing is a Curse, Sherry Drive, Fields of Murder, and My Last Request. It's a 6 p.m. show. I am a stuttering Stanley tonight. All ages show. Under 18, need a notary pass from your parents or legal guardian. $13 in advance. Don't know what it is if you pay for it the day of show. April 20th through 22nd up in Omaha once again at the Watch Out Lounge, because these guys are on fire. After all this, they won't have a venue anymore. It's going to be burned to the ground after all these shows. And this, a 3-day extravaganza, April 20th to 22nd. It's Stormfest 2017, a good who's who of punk rock, rock and roll, and metal from our neck of the woods. Stormfest 2017. And then, check it out. Goat Whore is coming to Omaha, too. That's Thursday, May 18th at the, where else? Watch Out Lounge. They're playing with Autopsic, Exit Sanity, and Drowning in the Platte. All three very good Nebraska bands. That's all I got for upcoming shows. And as I promised earlier, let's go ahead and just dive right into Obesity, since I just mentioned these fools. This is Steve's favorite. You know what? No, that wasn't long enough. No, we're going to play... That was their first single. We're going to play 2 Bags of Fat.
Look at them tig old bitties.
Rock and roll! Hello, Cleveland! Hello, Cleveland!
Heresy.
Sunday,
And Saturday.
BloodRail, Trapped in a Nicolas Cage. Before that, Ezra, Holy Lord, and then Obesity, 2 Bags of Fat. That is how we wrapped up the 6 o'clock hour and accidentally went to the 7 o'clock hour. What's next? Well, just to give you a little hint. That's right. We're going to be playing this week's sample of, just the first sample of this past week's episode of the Metal Inquisition by my buddy John Cruz, right after this very important legal ID.
Get the best new and local music on 90.3 KRNU Lincoln.
Okay, that's all I needed to do. So what's John got in store for us this week? Let's take a listen.
Heads, welcome to episode 6 of the Metal Inquisition. It's Monday night. Most of you, it's probably your first day back to work, and you've just gotten off work. If you're in my time zone, you're ready to relax, kick back. So grab a beer of your choice or drink of your choice, kick back in an easy chair, kick your feet up, whatever you're going to do to relax, and get ready to listen to some kick-ass music. Because I've got another 2 hours of a gamut that goes across the board of different styles, different metal from the 80s up to current time. So really think you'll enjoy this show as well. There may be a few you know, and hopefully there's quite a few that you don't know that maybe turn you on to some new bands, and you can go check those out as well. I did want to give a quick shout out to my friend Joe Harris from KRNU. He does a local radio show called Heresy every Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And he plays, majority of it is local metal. So in the Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Missouri area. And he actually last Wednesday played the first 8 minutes of Metal Inquisition episode 5, which included the Gothic Slam song. And then in talking with him that night later, we decided that I was going to come back and I don't know if you'd say co-host or just join him in the studio. And so far we're slated for March 15th, which is a Wednesday, from 6 to 8 p.m. I'll post more about that as I validate that I'll be able to go then.
That's right. John Cruz is coming back on March 15th. So if you want to hear some more bands that that you didn't know about, some kick-ass metal, that's going to be your time to do it. Of course, you could also just tune into or just check out the Metal Inquisition on his Facebook page or go to his YouTube account, part of the Cruz collection. Anyway, shut up, Joe. Let's hear what else John has to say.
And just do that. And what we did last time, the first hour was pretty much I pulled stuff out of my collection that I thought was stuff that people maybe weren't too familiar with. We talked a lot about metal. He played a lot of stuff from the local scene as well and got me to give my take on it. I'm going to also put out another plea, supposedly, to a lot of the local bands. I've hit some up on Facebook, especially ones that are out of Lincoln, and have not gotten response. It's a little bit disconcerting because I'm really trying to get more involved with the Lincoln scene. I don't live in Lincoln, and I don't get to Lincoln other than to work. But I want to do what I can to help support and get you guys played worldwide so people can hear you all over the world, give you a better opportunity to get heard and possibly get some sort of a deal. I want to be there to help, but can't help if I don't get any music permission to use it or get any music to play. So just putting out a plea to everybody. if you got some music that you want played and want people to hear all over the world, here's an avenue. You know, I'm not saying that I got a million hits on every video, but it's an avenue. So anyway, let's get started with this show. I think you're going to love it. So let's get to the music, okay? I'm going to start with one of my favorite thrash bands of all time. No, they are not one of the bands that fell through the cracks. Nor they are not one of the bands that didn't get recognition that they should have. And there's a reason behind my madness here, because after I play you this track, which is probably one of my favorite thrash songs of all time on one of my favorite thrash albums of all time, we're going to take a look at what happened to this band in the 90s after their original lead singer left during the 90s, and what became of them during that time, and just kind of why the band shies away from some of that material in the mid-90s and doesn't even recognize it as part of their catalog. So that being said, the first song I'm going to play tonight is Curse the Gods from the absolutely awesome, flawless thrash album, Eternal Devastation by Destruction. This bad boy came out in 1986. In the U.S. it was on Metal Blade Restless. Overseas, Steam Hammer, SPV. But this is just, I mean, it's great. And Curse the Gods was the first song on the album. First song I ever heard by the band. That opening intro is just so surreal. The effects they have on the guitar just really kind of give it an eerie feel. And it goes right into the song. Got the cassette. The cassette was the first thing I had. Same thing. Finally got it on CD. And most of you that own the CD probably own this CD. Mad Butcher with Eternal Devastation. So if you own this CD, you did not hear what I heard. You heard the intro, and then you heard a count off, 4 hits to the hi-hat before the song starts. And it completely destroys the flow of the song. And every song on Eternal Devastation on that CD has that count off. Now, I wondered for years why that was there. It was so annoying, it was so irritating, and it just didn't make any sense. So I finally hit Schmear up on Facebook thinking, he won't get back to me. He got back to me within like half a day and explained that those count-offs were used sometimes when you sent recordings to the label for them to process the album to be pressed. And during the pressing, those count-offs are supposed to be removed. And in this case, the label did not remove those. So you have all sorts of CDs like that out there that have that count-off on there. That it's still a great album. It's still great, but that count-off really destroys it. So for those of you that have only heard Curse the Gods with that count-off, today you're going to hear it without it. And just tell me if I'm not barking up the wrong tree when I say that it really destroys the flow when you leave that count-off in. You can get it on CD where it has the actual original vinyl mix. This is on Axe Killer. I don't know how readily available it is, but I had to find a version on CD that had that. So I want you guys to check it out. Here is Curse the Gods without the vicious, annoying count-off from 1986 album Eternal Devastation by Destruction. Check this out. So,
Okay. That was Destruction. We were taking a trip back to 1986's record, Eternal Devastation. The song was called Curse the Gods. That was a sample off my buddy John Cruz's Cruz collection series called The Metal Inquisition. You can find it on YouTube. You can hit him up on his Facebook page. It's John Cruz, spelled with a K, R-U-S-E. Or just check out his YouTube page, The Cruz Collection, both spelled with Ks. The Metal Inquisition. Every Monday nights, he doesn't have a set time for when he uploads them. I think this one he actually uploaded at 8 a.m. But don't quote me on that. So that was Destruction, and next I'm going to be playing a band who just happens to be Destruction's colleagues in German thrash metal. They came out around the same time. They both were pretty successful. But these guys are going to be in Omaha on April 5th. They're going to be playing that lounge named after that room that you wait in while waiting for a doctor to explore your colon with his finger or other toys. And Ezra and Garoted are playing with them. It's Kreator, and we're going to take a trip back to 1989 with this record off their classic Extreme Aggression. This is Stream of Consciousness. Kreator, Stream of Consciousness, off 1989's Extreme Aggression. Those guys come out on April 10th. No! Check them out on April 5th in Omaha at that one lounge on 6212 Maple Street. They're playing with Ezra, Garoted. You heard both those bands earlier during the 6 o'clock hour. Before that was Destruction, Curse of the Gods, off 1986's Eternal Devastation record, that courtesy of the Metal Inquisition. Excuse me. Just played the first 10 minutes of Metal Inquisition just so you can hear what John Cruz can do for your band. I mean, the guy does a much better job of networking than I do. He knows people around the world. He has people around the world who visit his YouTube uploads of the Metal Inquisition. Many of them are in pretty well-known bands, including Cam from Death, Abaddon from Venom, just to name a couple. I could go through the rest of the list, but I can't remember all of it. Next time John's in the studio, he's just gonna have to go through it with us again and talk about how he got a hold of these guys. But Metal Inquisition, I am so damn serious when I'm telling local metal bands who may or may not be listening to this show, hit up John. He's the world's biggest metalhead. He's a fan. He'd love to get your music, and he loves to share it too. He loves to show people new metal bands that are out there, and that's new. I meant to have that long space in there to not be confused with new metal, but it's just like he said. He's not viral, but then again, KRNU isn't like that one station that will not be named, but despite their fiery name, they aren't as hot as they may sound. But still, this is exposure. Same thing with John. Metal Inquisition, once again, every Monday nights. Depends on what time he uploads it. We're going to get back into the local metal right after these messages.
Ugh, I need to relax. I have so many responsibilities to juggle, and it's stressing me out.
Have you considered actual juggling?
Juggling?
Yeah, at the UNL Juggling Club. The Juggling Club is a great place to unwind and learn fun talents like juggling, unicycling, and more. They welcome newcomers of all ages and skill levels. The club meets every Sunday and Wednesday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. on the green space in front of the Union, and in Othmer Hall during bad weather.
The UNL Juggling Club, challenging gravity for over 20 years.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I like this new generation of music. Mother of God, it's all toilet sounds.
Heresy on KRNU.
Sunday, and Saturday.
You are listening to Heresy on KRNU 90.3 on your FM dial and streaming online on krnu.unl.edu. That was Westside Proletariat, Lincoln's very own Westside Proletariat, Unity. For that, Omaha band Supermoon, Horn on the Mountain was the name of that song. And then before that was Fields of Murder, Kingdom of Solitude. I was going to go somewhere with that, but now I can't remember. Oh, well. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I've already played two of this guy's bands. I've already played Garoted, Vanlade, so why not play, why not make this a grand slam? Play all three of his bands, because he's pretty much in every band in the world. I'm talking about Nolan here. So, but in this band, he is the vocalist. This is Relic. You may have heard this before. The song is called Fair Possessor. Relic, Fair Possessor, and don't know what those guys are doing anymore. I heard the guitarist Alex moved back to Kansas City, so if that's the case, I don't know. That just might mean that band is pink slipped now, but don't quote me on that. Do not. Anyway, it's a song that you haven't heard thousands of times, so not many other stations out there where you haven't heard songs just pounded into your head. It's not like, the aforementioned other Lincoln station you call up and all you can request are songs that you've heard about as many times as you've played things with your hand, and I won't go into any more detail about that. You say, hey, can you play this song that I've already heard 10,000 times? We'll just say, oh yeah, I gotta get to it, but first let me get to this other song that I played thousands of times that you've already heard before.
I do stand in the line cause I wanna get in. Did the fight to the bit the people in? Hey, wanna be rockstar?
No, not like that. Studio line is open. Come on, Joe. Like I said, studio line is open, so don't be afraid to give me a ring. I'd like to talk to you, rather than just sitting here and tickling my pubes. 402-472-5768. Primal Waters and Mr. Smith Acoustic. This is off their split EP, Melancholy vs. Metal. You're going to hear both artists are on this track. It's called Pennies, and you're hearing it on Heresy.
Pennies don't flow, bodies don't sink. Wash your hands, take off your ring. soul's on fire, but I'm still drunk on a worthless lie.
You know how you got that dent in your top lip? Way back, before you were born. I told you a secret. Then I put my finger there. And I said, shh.
Heresy.
Willy wah wah boom boom wah wah boom 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 wah Willy 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 wah. Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Wanna Rock Your Body.
The innocent shall suffer, big time.
Heresy.
That is the Hell Rider by Broken Skulls. Before that, Omaha band Sovereignty Sigil. By the way, Broken Skulls is a Lincoln band, since I'm throwing out locations here. Drowning Out in the Platte out of Columbus. What was before that with Blood and Art? And then Lincoln's own Primal Waters featuring Lincoln's own Mr. Smith Acoustic. Pennies off their split EP that they did called Sovereignty. No, come on, Joe. Melancholy versus Metal. If my little slip up there didn't already hint at who was closing out the show, well, I'll just say it again later. But this is my farewell. Just remember that if you're in a local metal band or you know somebody that is in a local metal band, hit me up on the Heresy Facebook page, Heresy on KRNU. I don't know everything that's going on. So, I don't track everybody, I don't track everything. I'd like to play local metal bands if you have studio stuff on the air, preferably studio stuff. And that's how you can hit me up. That's how we get the ball rolling. Also, check out the Cruise Collection. That is a YouTube page. That is where my buddy John Cruz hosts his Metal Inquisition show. That's his webcast, if you will, of bands that didn't get a whole lot of exposure or any of it, that kind of thing. And he's been adding the local segments, or he's been adding a local segment to most of his shows. He's looking for metal bands to add, guys. I mean, it's a YouTube page, but the guy has more views on each of his videos than I have listeners listening to KRNU during this time. It's an avenue, it's exposure, and this guy is all about helping out unknown metal bands and unheard metal bands, and he's all about sharing music. So, The Metal Inquisition by John Cruz, Cruz Collection. Tonight we're closing out the band, if you didn't catch my hint earlier. No, it wasn't a hint, I stuttered or something. Anyway, closing out tonight's show, whew, what a relief. It's Orpheus, Walking Mountain.